Okay, so in this last video, we got to talk about the cold. Cold shows us in science, and now has been studied so deeply, that by introducing ourselves to the cold, we stimulate the vagus nerve. It slows down the nervous system brilliantly and effectively very quickly. So what it does is it activates cholinergic neurons through the vagus nerve pathways. When we do this, it is so important because these types of neurons use acetylcholine to send the messages to the body. And acetylcholine is the messenger that tells the nervous system to slow its heart rate down and to decrease inflammation. Now that's science, and that's deep science that shows us, all right? It may be a little bit technical, but it's something that shows us irrefutably that the cold helps us. Now, guys, it's a cold shower, a cool shower. The colder, the better. One of the best ways to stimulate your vagus nerve, and this is the go-to one that I give to people that I start working with when I'm coaching them that have severe anxiety, is to start putting their face simply in cold water. Now, remember, you have a lot of nerves that are in the face, and by sticking your face in the cold water, what you also do is stimulate the mammalian reflex. So this is something that's evolved in you for many, many years. And what it does is it slows the heart rate down. Now, after only 10 seconds with your face in that cold water, you'll notice that your heart rate will just slow right down. Where I've seen in myself, because I practice this quite often when I'm in my cold baths, that I can bring my heart rate down to 30 beats or just a little bit less than that per minute. But you need to hold the breath for more than 10 seconds. All right, and you'll notice that you become even more relaxed. At the beginning, it may be a little bit of a shock, but it definitely works. Now, if you're in a cold country or it's cold outside, go out for a walk in your shorts and your shirt. Remember though, when you're doing cold exposure, getting into an ice bath or anything like that, that it's really regulation of the breath. But also remember that it can be interpreted by the body as a noxious experience. So you're going to feel this huge stress upon you. But remember that when you're in the cold and you're teaching yourself that you can slow things down and handle that stress, that again is teaching the nervous system that we are under its control. This can have a huge effect on the way we deal with anxiety. So just a couple other little things that I want to throw in there as we end these videos on the vagus nerve is that the stomach and gut health is also a huge part of our mental health. And having a healthy gut or healthy gut biome can help us reduce the stress hormone that we feel in the stomach, especially when we're in fight or flight. We're not in rest and digest. So that's going to make it harder even for us to digest food properly. Another thing, and just this last one, is that when we sleep on the right side of the body, okay, it helps to stimulate the vagus nerve. So when we sleep on the right side, if you're sleeping on the right side, make sure there's something in between the knees and you're comfortable with the head on a pillow where the body can be nice and straight in a line if we're sleeping on our side. That's a great way, and it's shown in science that it also can help access. You'll breathe deeper and slower. Now, the last thing that has to do with sleep is that if you really want to sleep deeper, tape your mouth shut. Now, I know it might sound a little bit strange, but when you tape your mouth at night, it's going to help you breathe deeper into the stomach, which helps you breathe slower. When we breathe with the mouth open, and you may not think you do, but you do, the mouth will open because the jaw is not tight like it used to be or strong like it used to be years ago when we were eating a lot of harder foods. We eat a lot of soft foods now. So the mouth will pop open. And when it does, we're breathing up here in the chest and in with the scalenes. And what that tells us, the body state is in a state of survival. And survive, not thrive. So by taping the mouth, you breathe through the nose, deeper into the body, you breathe slower, and you will get a better rest at night, especially if you're sleeping on the right side of your body. All right, guys. I hope all those videos helped you guys to understand the vagus nerve, that 10th cranial nerve that is the critical part in attaining access to the parasympathetic side. And even though sometimes we feel like we can't access that because of the mind, remember, it's the body sending those signals and it's interpreting that we are in danger. So let's get to the body so we can get to that vagus nerve and start to control how we feel so we can feel happy, healthy, and strong all day long. Take care, guys.